welcome to another one of my dad vlogs. Today is the start of my holiday. So yeah, a lot of you guys know already. I'm away this weekend. We are at Mare. It's a little, I'd say little. It's a sort of seaside town, roughly about 2 hours, 2.5 hours away from where I live. And yeah, we're just trying to get away for the weekend. It's basically there's an Ironman event going on in Pembrokeshire, and where I live, and it makes things really difficult to get about because they close certain roads in certain directions at certain times, and it just makes it a ball ache to go anywhere. Couple that with the fact that wifey will not stay in the house. She has to go out. She needs to go out. She needs to take the kids out. It's got to be out, out, out. And it's not like we need to go out in the garden now. It's like she needs to go out. She needs to go away from the house and she needs to go out somewhere. And I'm like, well, I'm not dealing with Pembrokeshire when there's like the Ironman event on because it's a pain in the arse. And I also didn't want to have to put up with her moaning that she was stuck in the house. So I said, right, okay, fine, why don't we just go somewhere for the weekend and yeah. So we found ourselves, we were going to come here before, but they had an air show on, so we couldn't get here. So we ended up going to Aberystwyth instead. So obviously that was from, obviously the other vlog that I did a little while back. And so we were like, yeah, okay, fine, we'll go to Weston-super-Mare. We looked around for hotels, and in the end I found this apartment that sleeps five, because the mother-in-law's come with us as well, because she's her family, her mum, her mum or her grandparents grew up here. I can't remember which. Anyway, she bought her engagement ring here. She's got lots of family memories and stuff here, so she wanted to come along, so she's with us. And then her sister, Rachel's sister, and the niece has also come down to meet us. So we've got 7 of us in here now, and it's only supposed to sleep 5, but it's fine. It's actually not too bad, to be fair. It's we've got our 2 kids in with us. Her and the niece and mother are in with the other one. So it's actually surprisingly roomy in here. So I'm actually running late. I'm supposed to be meeting wifey for lunch. Basically, I was a bit crap yesterday. I had a bit of a headache, and obviously I did all the driving, and I was a little bit worse for wear this morning. So wifey let me sleep in, and they've kind of all gone and let the kids, taking the kids out for a walk and stuff. She's just rung me, and they're about to have lunch, or they're about to order lunch. So I need to get my arse in gear real quick, and do this intro video, or this intro clip, sorry, and then we'll give you a quick walk around of the flat while nobody's in here, and then I'll probably just do some recording footage. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get for this vlog, because it's literally beach and pier, and the rest of it is just all beachfront hotels and things. So there's not a lot. I'm hoping that tomorrow I can bully wifey into letting me go to the helicopter museum, because there's a helicopter museum on the way out, which we saw on the way in. So I said I want to go and see that. I think Matthew will really enjoy it, because he likes, transport and stuff. So hopefully we'll get some nice footage of the helicopter museum, providing obviously they're at me recording it. And yeah, so we are going to swap to the other one, and I'm going to grab all my stuff, and we'll do a walk through the flat on my way out the door, because we're at the furthest end. So we'll see you guys in a minute. Bye bye. Okay, so this is the sort of the far end of the flat, if you will. So here's the sort of kitchen area, and it's kind of like a bed sit sort of setup. So you've got your little dining table, your sort of living room, kids' toys everywhere, and all of that sort of good stuff, all in there. And then if we head this way. And then so basically, bathroom's a decent size. No bath, unfortunately, which this did disappoint me a little bit, because I do like a bath, especially when I've done a lot of driving. But yeah, so quite a nice little bathroom. We're gonna fly through this, because it's it's rooms and stuff. So this is the 3 single room. So again, plenty of room in there. Obviously, not enough room. We were going to chuck the kids in here on the floor, but didn't think it was quite big enough. So there's that. And then there's, let's get some light on the go. So you just go down some stairs here. And again, excuse the mess, everything's I'm in a bit of a rush. And yeah, so the kids are down on that floor. Obviously, we're asleep on that bed. So yeah, it's actually not too bad. It's actually quite roomy. It's just we're 7 sleeping in a space of 5. But I've got to show you this. This is really funny. The smallest ensuite toilet I've ever seen in my life. I mean, literally, like the gap between there and there is like, yeah, I'll show you. So this is me sat on the toilet. Not actually sat on the toilet because that'd be weird, but yeah, when you have to bend down to sit on the toilet, I kind of sat here last night, almost like I felt like I was crashed up in a box. It's tiny in here, and yeah, my joints don't do well with contortionism, so we're not going to be using this one a lot. Right, we need to go and lunch stuff. Let's go. I think I've got everything. Do you know what's really stupid? I was just panicking just then that I'd forgotten my phone while I'm looking at it recording. How stupid's that? Right. There we are, out the flat. Whee! And then out the front door. And this is the bit I really struggle getting used to, is looking like a weirdo to everybody, lugging this gimbal and everything around. But I need to suck it up and get on with it. Because, ta-da! So yeah, that's where we are. And there's stuff everywhere. And I need to try and get across this road without getting run over. Like now. Just give you a quick view over there. So yeah, that's the pier. That 1994, that burnt down, and it's obviously been rebuilt into a hotel. So yeah, we're next to, like, there's a pitch and putt there. Again, I've got to be really careful with the recordings and stuff. I don't want people to have a go at me for recording their kids, but I shall do my best. And I apologise for the wind and the road noise. Not a lot I can do about that. Until I get myself like a proper camera with a wireless mic and stuff, you guys are just going to have to live with it, I'm afraid. Considering the camera I want to get is like 500 quid. Yeah, that's going to be a while. So anyway, not a lot happening on. Let's switch back to the other screen a minute. So yeah, as you can tell, it's quite loud. I have noticed what's really weird. There's an inordinate amount of boy racers around here. Like yesterday, the amount of people like lads I saw with like big bore exhausts and all that shit. And when I say lads, I'm like talking like guys my age, which is really fucking weird. So yeah, I got to show you this, guys. Hang on. So basically, when the tide goes out here, it goes way, way, way out. So the tide is literally, of course, all the motorbikes are coming. The tide, you see that island, is literally there. And wifey's ringing me. Hang on. No, I'm in really big trouble. Wifey's just rung me 3 times. 4th time, because she wants to know where I am. And I just got accosted by someone in the street because they wanted to know about my gimbal. So I've been there for 5 minutes, so now I'm really fucking running late. So I need to get a wriggle on. Oopsie, bye-bye. Okay, so not only is she having a go at me because I'm late, which I'm not, she's also told me that where the thing is isn't where the thing is. She told me it was up by the friggin' pier, and it's not. It's here. I've literally walked past it. Oh, fuck. Women, gotta love it. Ugh. Mummy infecting Becca with her gambling habits. Quick, put it in, Boo. Feed the machine. What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Yeah. No. Smidge windy up here, but yeah, we're on the pier. What? Alright. So this is the view from the pier. So we are staying like over there. So yeah, this is the pier. I think it was 1994. It burnt down. Ooh, being beeped behind. Let's go and have a look at the other side. Yeah, we're not. I don't actually know the reason why. I don't think anybody does. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, this is a view for the actual beach. So as you can see, like the tide comes right up, but when it goes out, it goes way out. So yeah, they've got like a Ferris wheel and all that sort of stuff over there. So yeah, time to look like a crazy person. So yeah, back in 1994, a couple bought the pier in view of restoring it, and it burnt down not very long afterwards. It was investigated, and they thought that it was maybe like a fryer had overheated, that they'd been forgotten to switch off. I'm not entirely sure, but the fire service hadn't entirely ruled out arson. I'm going to have to look it up when I get home and see if there's any follow-up news articles for it, because it'd be interesting. But obviously it's all been rebuilt. I seriously doubt it was the owners, because the owners were like really, you've sort of like the plans that they would, they wanted to do with it and like restore it back to its former glory, and they were absolutely immensely gutted when not long afterwards it burnt down. And so I don't know, I think it probably was an accident. Of course the whole thing's bloody made of wood, so shit like that's going to happen at some point, I guess. But yeah, so we're heading up. There's a hotel up here. My anxiety is going through the roof right now because there's like people looking at me because I'm talking to my phone. So yeah, I'm a little bit out of sorts right now. But yeah, so again, there's not really a lot for me to video because it's literally just like hotels all along the seafront, and there's beach, and that's kind of it. I'll see what else I can find, but I don't think this is going to be a super long one anyway. I mean, it might be, but I was planning on doing the helicopter museum tomorrow and having 2 separate vlogs, but it might end up being just the one, so we'll just have to see. Thought that was fun. Can't even go that way. So yeah, so we just spent the last couple of hours in the arcade, and what a ball! What an absolute fucking nightmare. Matty went in this thing called Crystal Maze, and it's just basically like a hall of mirrors, but like you can like see through things, so you can't like literally all the paths look the same. The amount of kids that face planted into walls because they're clear plastic. He did it twice. Then some guy shouted at him when he was playing on the go-kart things, and Becca's had a meltdown because she's tired, she's hot, she wanted ice cream and she couldn't have any, and all manner of general shenanigans. So all in all, great fucking fun. So we're just having a wander around. And have a look at the view from the pier.
Alright, here we are on the other side of the pier. Now I can't go any further round because all of that's there. And sorry I had to kind of sort of stop talking in that last little bit because there was just way too many people around, and I was way too conscious of people watching me, and I couldn't talk. So it's a little bit more peaceful around this side. So as you can see, this is the view from the other side. And I think where are we staying? I think we are over. Right, let's see if I can do this without cocking it up too much. Oh, there we go. I think if I zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, we're that second one in from the right hand side there, so that one's ours. So we'll zoom back out again. So yeah, this is the view from the other side. So we walked all the way along there, and again, see, there's loads and loads. I see the tide's all still like miles away, so that's how long it's taken for it to come back in. So it's been out most of the day. Yeah, like I said before, it's been an interesting couple of hours. I say the arcade was a very hit and miss. Becca wasn't a fan because it was just far too loud, and she doesn't do well with loud. And Matty kept smacking his face and falling over, and just all manner of. He kept running off and disappearing when we kept telling him not to, and then he got the ump because we wouldn't let go of his hands because it just gets very stressful when you're in very busy places with him. And likewise there's her, so you've got one whinging that they want to go, you've got one whinging that they want to go off somewhere else, and it just gets really stressful. So I'm honestly not sure what else I'm going to be able to cram into this video right now, because there's not really a lot else. I mean, it's a lovely town, it's great to sort of wander around. We're only here for, well, like today we're going back tomorrow. Like I said, I'm hoping to be able to go to the helicopter museum tomorrow on the way back. But yeah, it's kind of, there's just like rows and rows and rows of hotels and bars and shops selling usual seaside tat and sweets and stuff. So there's not really a lot else to show you, to be honest. But yeah, so I probably won't do a closing statement now because I'll probably have to squeeze in the other video, so I'll do it after the helicopter video. I think I'll just squeeze them all into one longish video, depending on how much I get at the helicopter museum. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's pretty much Western Super Mare. It's just a giant big ass beach that the tide goes a million miles away from, and there's a big arcade on a pier, and that's kind of it. So, oh, by the way, I did also get this wrong. I thought this was a hotel on the end of the pier. It isn't. The one with the hotel on the end, I think, is a different one. I think there's two. And this one is just basically, that building was just one giant arcade. It had like 2 floors, and the top floor had like a go-kart track like up the top, and like loads of other stuff in there. And I mean, it was good fun if you got sort of like, I'd say sort of kids from sort of like 10 or up, maybe. A lot of the rides, the tickets were all you can ride as much as you want armbands that were like 15 quid each for the adults. And it basically worked out for me, Rach, and my 2 kids to have a band each was like nearly 50 quid. And our kids could actually only go, Matthew could only go on 3 of the rides and Becca could only go on 1. All the rest is just pay as you go, so it was kind of a little bit pointless. We ended up getting them anyway for the kids, just not ourselves. And then we just bought like a generic sort of like 12 ride ticket that we sort of shared out between the 4 adults of us that are here, and took it in turns to take the kids on whatever rides they could go on and stuff. But so yeah, a little bit on the expensive side. I would say you could easily spend, if you've got a family of 4, you could easily spend your way through 100 quid in here, easy. By the time you've sort of like gone on the 2p machines and the gamblers and the ticket machines and the claws and all the other manner of stuff that's in here. So if you are planning on coming down here, make sure you've got some money, because it's not cheap at all, especially in this arcadey bit. Food wise, we've only eaten in one place and I didn't actually pay the bill, so I don't actually know how much the food was, because that was earlier on when wifey kept hassling me for not being there, and because I took too long. So I didn't even see the menu to order, so I've got no idea how much the food was or what the bill was. So Nanny didn't have heart attack, so I'm assuming she paid for it, so I'm assuming it wasn't that expensive, but we'll see. Anyway, so this is probably it from me today, and I'll probably catch you later on tomorrow, I reckon. Possibly. We'll have to see. We'll see what goes on. Catch you later.